Yo, a date with boss? Sign me up. Right, none of my predictions have come true so far. Act 1 kind of screwed me over in that department. But maybe, just maybe, Act 2 will be different. Ooh. Okay. Jazz going kind of hard.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Look, if it's edible, Paimon's just hoovering it down, so it's good. Navia really grew on me. I would say a majority of the characters grew on me. So far, like, every single one of them has been entertaining.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
Yeah, let's put him out of business.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Alright. What kind of... What's gonna go wrong here?
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
And
Why,
dress.
of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
God, I'm never
And
gonna
if
remember
it's
that name.
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
Fair enough.
You, sure have your own way of doing things.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
We called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Why did you have to jinx it, Paimon? I mean, it's certainly worth celebrating.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Wait, boss?
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Let's just keep eating until there's no longer food. How about it? I think she just wants to spend time with us.
Do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
No. I don't think we're gonna capture them until like Act 3 or Act 4. Akaleno's got this under wraps.
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women.
Yeah.
But we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Also, to add on to that, as soon as they dissolved, Lenny kind of said some sus stuff. Since as soon as the person just like evaporated, he went, and now he can no longer talk. I captured that whilst editing, and I'm like, okay, wait, hold on a minute. Why did you say it like that? Lanai's back on the sus scale.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
Yeah, we gotta let the plot go on, Paimon.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
And the mastermind behind this is very good at setting people up to be the suspect.
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough. Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those
Okay.
highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through.
Throwing
where
the shade.
their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Alright, I respect it.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
Nope,
It's
never.
all right. Well,
Not in this
this was
world.
supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
I'm fine with these
Let's
talks.
talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
I mean, I wanted to ask that Hydra Archon for some information, but then, you know, we ended up becoming an attorney, even though we're not qualified. It's been wild.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
She's gonna be very bitter towards us.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
Next one's to find my
I've heard that
sibling.
There's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Furina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
We're used to it.
We've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Travesty.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Sounds good. I'm in. I'm down.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
It's better than now.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure
Fair
Lady
enough.
Furina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
You know what? That's a good plan. Yo, Navia is kind of cooking with that.
Could you suggest something a little more practical?
Paimon, please.
This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do you not remember Sumeru and Deceiving the Sages? I think our acting skills are top notch.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed.
Okay, whoa,
Then
whoa,
wake
whoa.
her up in the dead of night and
Whoa.
demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
Okay, ma'am. I think that is illegal. We gotta be careful with that one.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some
Whoa.
sleep.
That's...
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
Okay, I'm starting to regret trusting Navia. How can you overlook something like that?
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could. Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
How about this? We go up to her and be like, yo, Wagwan, how about me and you have a rematch? But before that, you answer some of my questions. She lost. She wants to get her pride back. She'll do it. Easy. There we go. I've come up with a far better plan.
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations.
That was so
False
funny.
accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Yeah?
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Alright. Would someone with her personality really feel shame? Yo, she was about to walk away when we called her out. Even the judge was like, bro, you can't leave during a trial. This is not how it works.
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Yep.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Oh, no, not the
was this your
Fanta.
drink?
Oh, no. You scoundrel.
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon.
Wait a minute.
Would you like to order another?
Alright.
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
I don't...
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Whoa, okay, let's not shit on Fonta, alright? Man, Traveler is not based.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then.
Game ruined.
If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Game is absolutely ruined.
We're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Thank you, Navia. God, I am terrible at pronouncing these names. I apologize.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You know, you could try walking.
Nah, that would be so... normal. You know, like you.
Whoa, ho, ho. Alright, Paimon. God, why would I walk like you peasants? Ugh.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Oh, are you in debt? Are you good?
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
That's what you get for paying for Paimon's food.
Let's get ready to try to meet the high on again. Bye, Navia!
This is not gonna go
So
to
this
plan.
is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority.
That is good to know. Thank you, boss.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
Alright, see you, bossman. As light rain falls without reason.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Seems like it. Oh, not this again.
Looks like we're back here again.
Alright, Paimon, shush. I'm hearing voices again.
Trevor? Are you hearing voices again?
Yes, and it's clearer than what it was during the day.
Ugh. That's kind of spooky. Are
Oh.
you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache? Vache.
Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
I can feel strong emotions.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear
Oh.
a voice. It's calling for Vache, right?
Yo, Paimon can hear it now?
Traveler, stop walking.
Alright, okay, this is kind of getting bad. What's going on? Vache. Vache. Oh god, here we go. Ah, so they were in Oceanid. Where's this?
Vache. Are you
Nope,
my dear Vache?
nope.
No, wait. You seem to be someone else.
Hmm,
Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not. But who are you?
Wait. Who am I?
Ah,
I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know.
classic amnesia.
My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
Oh, I know what's happening. So I'm guessing this is one of the young girls then that got kidnapped. Like all the young girls that have dissolved, they turn into Oceanids. So you lost your form.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I
Yep.
only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Could she be one of the girls who was dissolved?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril.
Oh, that's so interesting.
No matter where
Huh.
I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
So you need me to find him?
No, our reunion no longer has any meaning.
Oy.
There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it will be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing.
Wait, he was there when you dissolved?
If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Yeah, that means Vasher was a witness to the fact that you was dissolved.
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release.
Oh yeah, because the guy said something about the people experiencing like a form of pleasure, I think. Exhilaration. I think that's what he said.
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface.
Ah, going back to
I
the...
could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
So they want to revert everyone back to Oceanids, probably how it was during the primordial era. It seems that after the body is dissolved, some measure of the consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Yeah, did I just like get sucked into the water? What happened here? Ah, right. I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vacher, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Ooh. Oh god, not again. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, wait, hold on, what? Yo, bro, I got to sleep for 2 seconds. Yo, the odd man's got some moves. Okay. Yo, what happened?
Demoiselle, look out!
Alright, don't worry. Right, we're up. Dull blade, let's go.
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardemeks.
What happened? Yo, chlorine.
Chorinde?
Chlorine. Oh, so she is on our side. All right, everything's gone downhill. Yo.
Now's our chance!
All right, Traveler, get in on the action. Oh, that's so sick, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hey. God. Alright, I'm pulling for both of them. Damn. These two are sick. Do they have history?
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chorinde. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Also, I'm sorry for calling her Chlorine. I'm terrible at remembering names. But yeah, these two definitely have history.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
Ah,
I
wait.
believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Protecting might be a better word. So I'm guessing Chorinde was part of this group. I can't remember the name for it.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety.
Yep.
And I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Ah.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chorinde, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech.
Ugh.
I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Old man had some moves as well, you know.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more
feeling?
than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful.
Yep, the knave.
Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
Yeah, okay, can we take a moment? I thought these like mechs were under your control. So what's going on here?
And what about these Gardemeks?
Yeah.
I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was
Ah.
sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
Ah, black market mechs.
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means,
Fatui.
deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What?
Makes
Your
sense.
point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
That's...
Yes. Be
Alright.
careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
I wonder if her father died whilst investigating this then.
Regardless, thank you for your help today, Chorinde. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
Yo, is anyone gonna ask the traveler if they're
I do
okay?
not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Thank you, Chorinde. Chorinde.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Yep.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Chorinde was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I agree. Also, on the matter of stalking, how did you know I was here? And why was you here? Was you stalking me, boss?
I know, I just...
Oh,
She's...
what just happened?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for!
Oh god, is our memory intact?
Those Gardemeks came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us!
Don't say who are you.
Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chorinde who came out to save
Oh,
us
okay.
too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, so you're a fighter now, Paimon. You know what? Frontline's Paimon? Alright, I'm down.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
She basically just said, yeah, you're in it now. Tough luck.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
I love these guys.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill.
Alright,
long
guys,
ago.
I get it.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia,
I like him.
how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Thank you.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Oh, the drink?
Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
Yeah.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said.
Yeah, that was
That
weird.
the Fonta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Oh, yeah, because the Oceanids have the power to turn the water bitter. Wait, do you mean that...
Fonta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
Oh, that is
So the Fonta
disgusting.
had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh.
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Oh, damn. Jesus. That would have been bad.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
I'm fine with that.
Really?
Yeah, fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate, but whoever did this left no trace at all.
See, they're
That's
quick
when
with
I
it.
figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But
What about
why
you,
would they go
ma'am?
after us too? All we did was defend Lenny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
That's the reason we defended him. All the blame was meant to be put on Lenny.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it
Oh.
can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again.
And that's the reason that Paimon also heard it. Okay.
Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That makes a lot of sense.
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vashir was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
Yes. You tell everyone about what happened whilst you were connected to the Oceanids'
Vacher.
respective.
That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene.
Maybe
But
not.
he never
I
gave
don't know.
testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
I can't see them keeping him alive. We should try searching for him. Unless he's like super powerful.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Or unless Vashir was also a part of it, since he heard the plan for what they're trying to do. Alright, partner.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
We're in it now.
You did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right?
True.
Besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Nope. If it means we can see fight scenes like that again, sign me up. This will prove to be their biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
Oh, she is so cute.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
Sounds good.
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
I am glad that we're getting more of her. Also, Mem, I think you should be watching yourself. You were nearly assassinated. Oh, turned into water, but you know what I mean.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Not that I don't believe you. It's just that you're dealing with the knave. Security might be a bit of a problem against them.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch,
We're good.
Marcel. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Bro, you wasn't able to spot a thief that stole 2 macrons right under our nose.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
Thank you.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Melius.
Thank you, Melus.
Melus.
Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Damn it. Whoa. Okay, was not expecting this. Down we go. Hey, this is sick. Ah, so this is her base. I mean, this makes sense. So these are all the people that were sent to the Shadow Realm. Oh, that is pretty. That's so cool. Alright, we're here.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Hey, visually, it looks awesome.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Ayo, I'm down for this. You know, it's different from being posh. Sometimes you just gotta have a steampunk vibe, you know?
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
Hey, no judge
After
here.
all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact,
That's
our
nice.
funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
True.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago.
Ah,
I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
sorry for bringing
Your
up a
father.
old wound.
He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did he...
And Paimon,
Mademoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No, I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand.
well, leave it to Paimon to rip off that bandage.
My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3
Oh.
years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. He
Ah.
chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, being falsely accused is not fun.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up.
100%.
At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence.
I mean, if it was the knave that set him up, I don't think they would have left anything to, like, follow his trail.
But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender.
Yeah, honor.
Determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Also quite true. That does seem quite odd. Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances
Ah.
case at the time of his death.
Now we know the reason. Yes, it was the knave.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
Aquilino is dangerous.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something.
100%.
I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth.
So yeah, I think he was framed, and then he was told to fight to the death, or his daughter was gonna die. I think that's what they blackmailed him with.
If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive.
Aw.
He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Oh.
And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Oh, that's really sad. Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. You know, we're quite alike in this regard.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
Alright,
I also
that
will
hit
never
me
believe
quite
that
in the
Master
feels.
Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful.
That's what I'm saying.
And even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No, because that's what people love here in Fontaine. They just love court drama, so when they've heard that there's a faithful man who has committed murder, they eat that up like, oh, he did something bad. Get on him.
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama.
Yep.
It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf. But they
True.
also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
Kinda true. It is sad seeing someone good just fall from grace. I don't know, there's something very depressing to see that.
But how could... Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
True.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Miss Chorinde.
Ah, I can see where the tension is from now. I'm guessing just before he died, he told Chorinde to protect his daughter.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Yeah, no wonder the mood was a little strange between the two of you.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
So she knows
Miss
something.
Chorinde has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either.
Oh no, child.
She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Yeah, sucks that that's your only lead.
Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Chorinde told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Ah, so it was at the start. Then that indicates that he intended to die in that duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Huh.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me?
Yeah,
All right,
that is quite the
anyway,
situation.
That's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
Honestly, that is alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
And I'm just super worried for Childe now.
Yeah. Harmon's feet.
That man's in danger.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Alright, thank you guys. I appreciate the thought.
Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, it all landed on Demoiselle's shoulders so suddenly.
Yeah.
This won't do. I must become stronger.
You know what? Silver, I wish you luck. She has some good bodyguards. Alright, let's rest up. A peaceful night passes under the Spina de Revilla's residence.
Paimon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe.
Yeah, until it ends up getting attacked. God, I just do not feel safe in Fontaine.
Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's
Poisson.
Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Can I see them leaving her side? Unless this place is just that
You're
safe.
just trying to get them off your back.
True.
But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Ah.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
Oh.
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
You know what? I feel that.
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
We slept like a log.
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle.
100%.
But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
How I think of it, if he's just a normal person, why was he kept alive? And the other two other reasons I can think of it is he decided to go along with the plan, or he's someone that's important to the story, aka our sibling or something of that stature.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
Maybe.
No, there is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And
Alright.
that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette,
Ah.
a place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept.
We're not gonna break in, are we? Because that is... Ooh. I don't want to mess with him.
If the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you.
I don't think we should be messing with that.
Let's go talk to him, shall we?
Yeah.
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
They have bad blood. But Navia, I think you should really tell us
The
about...
ballet is right up ahead. Come on.
Yeah, you should really tell us the situation between you two, because there's definitely something there. I don't think you should withhold that information. Whoa. Heyo.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
It's a furry.
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Shush.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Imagine you're a guard and you just heard people that you, like two people you don't know, come in and go, oh yeah, about the secret documents that the Chief Justice has. You'll be like, hey yo, alright, arrest those people.
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
Alright, Furry's got some
great
sass.
discipline too.
Yeah,
Yep, yep. Paimon can tell.
kind of.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
Alright, quite sassy. Okay.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
We're famous.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
Who documented that in the Steambird? That might be one of my predictions. Charlotte, it might come true.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course.
Maybe.
Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
Yeah, bro, trust me.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Wait, that's all it takes?
Thanks so much.
You are a terrible god. Let me through.
Please come in.
Ah. Hello. Hello, Chief.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
Monsieur Neuvillette, we are here on business.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
He is cool, though.
So you're not mad at us?
He's quite the
We're
vibe,
looking
you
for
know.
a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
But he also might be in on it. We can't rule out that possibility.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
He's quite low on the sus meter, though.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
Yeah, a bit too easy. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Guess that's that. We're back to square one.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Nah.
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette.
She knows.
We'll take our leave now.
She knows that he's lying.
Ahem.
Goodbye, monsieur.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel.
Ah.
Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Ah, yeah.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words.
Ooh.
You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Kinda like he's a dragon. I'm sure of it. He has to be a dragon or a Vishap, right? Got to be.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead.
I honestly can't get a read on him.
In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Aw.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die?
Oh.
Despised and hated by all.
Oh man, come on. I don't like seeing people cry.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
Oh man. No, I really
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
Man, I really like her character now. Come on.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone.
Oh, wait a minute. That he mentioned that before, right? When we first met him in the opera house. He said that he keeps everything inside of his head, since he said that's just a form of his personality.
It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
I wonder why that is, though.
My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Alright, that was quite good for her, though. She needed that. Goodbye, Monsieur. She probably feels a little bit better.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
If my theory from Act 1 is right, that's him crying, dragon's tears. This is his form of expressing it. Because it's weird that happened just after that talk.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
So that's his way of showing emotions during the trial. Okay.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
Yep, okay. I think I am right. He is a dragon. Rain.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case. Was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there's something you didn't know at the time.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
The fact that people can be turned into water.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
Oh wait, oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, I've got it all sorted out in my head now. I just completely misunderstood what they were saying. So this was the day her dad was accused of the murder. I see now.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier?
I mean, you...
Right. Let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
I mean, even after it was told to me, I still misunderstood somehow.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to
let's
go
get
with
it.
me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
No, let's go. We should go whilst the idea's still fresh.
Great. Let's go then.
Fast travel, let's go. Get straight there. I can't believe I misunderstood that. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Yo, this place is cool. What is this? I'm really loving how Fontaine looks. Okay, you cannot tell me that's not beautiful. Holy.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
Just in case the prophecy does come true, just float on top of the water.
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
Ah.
My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common.
You know what?
A gigantic
I
and
respect it.
glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
You know, I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
God, I love her.
Paimon was
I love her
confused why
character.
a group with such a history would live in the sewers. convinced.
9.5 out of 10.
Poisson is where Spina
I
di
love
Rosula
it.
began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Aw. Right, but how does it look inside? That's the true question. Oh, so I'm guessing we can dive down there? Exploring Fontaine is going to be so fun. I might do that on a live stream. Who knows? Oh, Melius. Saw, dude.
Melus, we're back!
Melus. Apologies.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners.
Thank
You
you.
said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
Ah, because we found intel.
About that, it's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Melus? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person? It was 100% the same person. But that also just proves how dangerous the knife is. The fact that she can pull all of this off, that's really impressive.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson.
Simp?
At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
So it was just drugs. That's no drink. I'm guessing it was banned for a reason.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Ah, so was synth like a test run? Like it was in its testing stage?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
Ah.
If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions.
Why would anyone drink this? Like, I feel like you could easily get addicted to the hallucinations and then that happens.
And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
So it was just drugs.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Good.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield.
Yo, do you people not have FDA in this region? What's going on here?
Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Nah.
Yes,
So that's the
but
blunder.
the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation.
Makes sense.
Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant.
I feel like he just got set up because of that, though. I really can't see him being able to establish a personal connection with them after putting himself on their shit list, you know?
The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse.
Okay.
That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
It was a setup.
We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Yep.
How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
See, I knew Jacques was there to set him up.
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
So they could have belonged to someone who got dissolved?
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now.
Nice.
Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Maybe your father got into an argument with Jacques.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
I'm happy for you.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning.
Okay, so it might have been the case that Jacques didn't betray the boss. Like, both of them were set up, maybe? See, this just proves how good the knife is, because I'm doubting everything.
I think this 3rd person is probably the key to the full truth.
Yeah.
On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning.
That makes sense.
Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace.
It's so beautiful.
We have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
I think it's a mixture of things, though. Of course, she wants to find out the truth, but she also just wants to help the people. So, I really can't see her backing down from this.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
Come on. He definitely kept all the secrets away so it wouldn't put her in danger.
Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed.
Wait, Synth is still around? Bro, this world needs FDA, man.
Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Yeah, she's never turning this down.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable.
You know it.
More importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
Oh god.
So you do know something else, Melus.
Like, imagine like the biggest plot twist that Melus is just a part of the Knives group and he just betrays us. Man, that would break my heart like there's no tomorrow. Hoyoverse wouldn't do that, right?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case.
Oh.
But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
Yep.
What?
Knew it. That's why he was so protective.
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
I'm guessing that's why he went full throttle on the investigation.
And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety.
Yeah.
5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you.
So that's why he put himself out there so all of the attention would be focused onto him.
Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details.
Okay, he's very smart then for doing that.
But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Oh man, what a good dad.
Right, so nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
That's changing now.
I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter
Yeah, I
to
was
see
about
them
to
weak
say.
and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
Oh. No.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
Man.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
Oh.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
Man, I didn't expect to be hitting the feels, alright? God damn it. I was expecting hype and cool moments.
Is that the amount of confidence he had in me?
Oh, come on
And
now.
what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
Yeah, he gave you the choice to live how you want.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
I mean, when you're in that situation as a dad, honestly, I feel like he did the best he could.
But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person.
That's also true.
In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Huh. Melus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced.
Ah.
Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
Oh, damn.
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to
That's
use
big.
it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
We need to go pick up Chorinde then. She's gonna be a helpful ally in this.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
I mean,
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades.
yeah, we're pretty much just heading into the Fatui headquarters. Or one of Fatui's headquarters.
There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters.
Fatui.
We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture.
Bring in a
A
camera.
single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war.
That's kind of hype
The
though.
worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Yeah, Melius hitting us with that old man knowledge.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Liddy's
Yeah.
case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
And that's why the old boss told other members of the group, since he probably knew that there were spies hidden among them.
That's true. Seems my father really had no choice.
Yeah,
But
it was
things
very
are
limited.
different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Melus.
I mean,
I am the butler, after
Yeah.
all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will.
and he's an old man, so, you know, he's got the old man buff.
I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
They better not kill Melus.
Thank you for all of that, Melus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
What you been
Let me
cooking?
think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here.
100%.
When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors.
Well
If the
played,
vendors
sir.
didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news.
You know what?
After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3
Yo,
people.
Melus is
The
cooking.
first is Florent, Spina de Rosula's senior advisor.
Okay.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most.
Ah.
Which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well.
So is the people closest to you. High likely suspect.
Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Oh god, this is
Uncle
gonna be
Marcel.
difficult. I can already tell any one of these people is gonna hit bad emotionally with Navia. What is this Confrérie?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
Okay, that's very suspicious.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
And they betrayed the boss so they could take over. Maybe.
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support.
Oh, this is
It's
difficult.
a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
That's the
final
play.
suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards.
See, I feel like it's gonna be him, but it won't be as impactful.
Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see.
True.
These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among
Hey.
those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
Yeah, it seems like the knave has plants everywhere.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Yep.
Of course. And thank you, Melus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
Yo, round of applause for Melus. What an MVP.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty.
That
And
old man
before
buff,
I
man.
forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death.
True.
After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Alright.
Oh, thank you so much, Melus. You really are the best.
Melus is the
A new
best.
case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to me. We
I
got
hope we
this.
can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Alright. Do investigation again. Collius case records.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
So it's these two.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Melus.
Thank you, Melus. Alright.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Whoa. Alright. Bit aggressive.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I mean, she's probably going through a lot of emotions, so let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Yeah.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
Ah, man.
Aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
Yeah, the kid's gonna snap at her.
You don't understand at all.
Yeah, I
I
knew
didn't
it.
know how to face you. Because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt.
I mean, the wife is definitely going to be a lot more understanding, but the kid is not going to be really capable of doing that.
On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again.
I'm just more surprised it became a business in the first place. The moment those side effects were announced, that should have been shut down.
He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
I mean, he was probably very high on their watch list, so...
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day,
Makes
he told
sense.
me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jackus to take out Callus?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away.
So he was probably threatened that his family was going to be put in danger if he doesn't kill Callus.
Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing?
A bad guy turning over a new leaf. But no, I consider him a good person.
Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
True.
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
As long as you
And
believe
you should
that.
hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh, man. Passing on some good advice.
Oh,
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
This is sweet.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
She's probably buzzing. Testimony from Jackus's family. Jackus' family believes that he struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense? Or was there more to the incident? Good information to get.
I'll leave my husband's case to you.
thank you, Miss Spina, and Miss Spina's friend.
All good?
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
Alright, we're on a mission.
Laurent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Oh, good doggy. Hey-oh.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. and it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
I'm gonna be paying attention to everything you say, good sir.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case.
True.
Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day, so he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table.
Man was
After
vibing.
that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air, so we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger, so I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So we're gonna have to find out if there's any loopholes in that statement there.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed.
Nice.
The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation.
Maybe the first gunshot hit the one that disappeared. That may be the case.
Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene.
Ah.
But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible. Okay, I feel like Florent is not guilty.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him.
That's also true.
The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys?
It's very possible.
But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us?
So here's my theory. The first gunshot hit Jacques, and then Callus grabbed the gun and shot the person who shot Jacques. And then that person ended up turning into water. And then everyone came, saw that there was one bullet in Jacques, and assumed Callus to be the murderer.
He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
You know what? Florent, I do not think you're
About that,
guilty.
Melus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented.
It's rather he's one of the best actors in the world, or this is all genuine, which I believe it is.
Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed.
Yeah, he's the
But
real
it was
one.
Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry.
Nice.
I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Information regarding Florent. Florent, the advisor of Spina di Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case, and can provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun with him when he went out. That's big.
My apologies, boss, for that last sentimental bit.
Nah, it's fine.
It's just... many years have passed while I've held my tongue. It's not often that I get to share my true feelings with others.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Hello, Thierry.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
But I think the highlightly suspect is going to be the next guy that we see, since he had his own clan inside of the gang, pretty much.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
I mean, he is a
okay.
guard.
Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know.
True.
The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
True.
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
Poisson.
Chalice did a fantastic
I love
job
that
running the
name.
town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city.
I respect that.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
We're here to
Ah,
vibe.
yes. These two are my partners.
Wagwan.
What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardemeks?
Oh, true. Oh, but those Gardemeks didn't have any serial numbers. Likely be the case that they can be controlled by anyone that has, like... no, she's got a point here, actually.
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
True.
Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Okay, I don't think he's the one that sent the Gardemeks. I don't think he's guilty. That also gives us really good information that the one that sent the Gardemeks onto us was one of the guards.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardemeks in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Bro, you're not even hiding it. You're pretty much accusing him.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
I see. So to control them, you need a higher authority.
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardemeks. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret.
Then would you please inform us?
So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units.
I don't feel like he's the one that did it. I 100% believe it's going to be the next person we see.
They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
And who do we know as super rich and powerful? The sister clan that's part of the gang. Makes sense.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia.
She's very, like, passive-aggressive against this dude.
Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
I mean, it did work. Information regarding Terry. Terry is the person responsible for the official contact between the Spina di Rosula and the guards. According to him, only the
I got a new letter from an informant.
I know,
Looks like the situation
Yelan.
is-
Only the sufficiently rich can privately own large numbers of Gardemeks. Okay, thank you for that, Terry.
I'll see what I can do for you in Spina di Rosula when it comes to guard stuff, but don't go advertising it to everyone else.
Fair enough to you, lad. I feel like I change the way I say names every time. Like, I always say them differently. I am just terrible with names. And now on to Marcel, the most suspicious one.
Hello. How may I help you?
Yeah, we want to talk to
I'm here
Marcel.
to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Thank you, Kalakini. After waiting for a while, Marcel arrives in a hurry.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Ha ha ha, yes. You're guilty.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Yeah, whoa, god, yeah, I know. Crazy, that type of situation. Who knew that people can dissolve into water?
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
How suspicious.
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery?
Yeah, who knew?
I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Thank you.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
I mean, she doesn't really have that much of a backbone, so she just kind of goes with the flow. Like, she is smart, kind of, but mostly it is just being a brat.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Too bad.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Simon, how much have we been talked about in Mondstadt? They're full of drunk people.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Marcel, I'm sorry, but you are high on the sus meter, my guy. I'm just saying.
I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardemeks. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
We protected her, she protected us. It's a good exchange. Yeah, you sussy Marcel.
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you.
No, it
If
won't.
you're scared, you can always return there.
Like, he had no reaction to, like, her being in danger. Like, not even like a, wait, what? They tried to get you? You were attacked? There was no reaction whatsoever.
If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
I'm sure.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot.
Yes.
Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
Tell us, Marcel.
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory.
Yeah, get your story straight. Oh, okay, I see you. Yeah, taking time to come up with a story. Yeah, Marcel.
The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Alright, let's do some digging into that then.
It's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
I'm sure you will, Marcel. I'm sure you will. How about we extort him for like a bunch of Mora and then we expose him? I'm just saying. Information regarding Marcel. Marcel is the leader of the Confere of Cabiri and was the organizer of the banquet years prior. Yep, okay, it's 100% Marcel. It has to be. The Confere and the Spina de Resula have always maintained a close working relationship. Though his recollection of the events of the case is quite foggy, he is willing to defend Navia. That's some bull, Marcel. That's some bull.
Ah, alas. Why do these kinds of things happen to the kindest people?
Nah, man. There is no emotion behind those words.
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
It's Marcel.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
It's Marcel. Come on, guys. Yeah, none of them really stood out as suspect. Really?
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years.
If I am wrong, I'm gonna look like a right idiot. But 100% has to be Marcel.
Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
Alright.
But where should we start?
Jacquois's motive. I'm pronouncing that name so wrong.
Right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father.
Yep.
Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Yeah, if I was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all. Yeah, the one that fired the first shot was the one that dissolved.
Oh? And why is that?
Yeah, could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Collius?
Ooh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Yeah, the knave doesn't care.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything. Yep.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory. Thanks for...
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardemeks has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
I wonder if it's the guy who claims he can't remember anything, and is rich and powerful, and is called Marcel.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Probably.
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardemeks?
Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques.
There is like no doubt in my mind it is not Marcel.
And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardemeks. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
In this type of situation, it's normally the people closest to you.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Oh, maybe I am wrong. Maybe it was someone else. Oh no. What a blunder. Tithari then?
Thierry, you say? Huh.
Thierry, okay.
It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardemeks for personal use. But I didn't
Damn it,
feel
so
like
it
he
was
lying when
Florent.
he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Oh, Florence played me like a fiddle. Okay, let's not jump to conclusions yet.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Yeah, okay, so it was Florent. God damn it.
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security. So he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
He's with the Fatui so they can pay for it.
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be?
Oh, okay, so there was no right answer there. We were just guessing. Never mind. Okay, wait. Oh, we're missing some information here. Right, Marcel.
You know, if you think everything through,
Thank you.
Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Okay, so I wasn't going mad. It has to be.
Could we be missing other suspects? Melus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Melus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
The suspect
Sorry.
is knowledgeable about
I got the
Spina's
names mixed up.
internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Yeah, he is someone who's very close to you after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Yes, Melus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now.
Ayo, I am down. This seems hype.
We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Why?
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Oh, is this the last piece of evidence?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Okay, because I feel like what's happened here, we've told every single one of them kind of different things. So depending on how they act now, we're going to find out who it is, and that's going to be the last piece of evidence.
Yeah. News came from Arrhenius just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically
never
for
mind then.
holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
Oh, is it
I know,
Childe?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
No, god damn it. Oh, I bloody knew it. I knew he was gonna get himself into trouble. God damn it. Childe?
What? Is that someone you know?
Oh.
We know him. Maybe even a little too well.
He's a close friend, but nothing bad, you know?
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Oh, damn. So the knave is pinning it onto Childe now. Ooh. I mean, even the Wanderer and Childe said that she would betray anyone.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right.
Oh.
Because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Don't they always think they found the
And
culprit?
it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
We're going to the courtroom. I am defending my boy to the death. I do not care. Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
No, I want to go to the courtroom. God damn it. You can go to the Arrhenius while I go investigate that place. Alright. Being discreet.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Arrhenius, leaving his home base wide open. You're
Damn it.
right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit.
Let's go. Oh, it sucks that we're not able to help Childe though. Oh, he better be okay.
I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
Hell yeah.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm
Yeah,
ready.
the boys.
Ah, Melus, Silver. When did you two get
I'm
here?
getting nervous now.
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance.
Poisson.
It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
I love these two.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Arrhenius. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
Let's go.
See you then.
Suspect analysis. Combining the information regarding the Gardemeks and the investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there is only one person who can have a large amount of Gardemeks in his possession and run the synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel. See, I called it, man. This game tried to throw me off. Don't even try it.
Now
Oh,
that Navia has set out for Arrhenius, we should also get going.
I'm so
The
nervous.
location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
So nervous for Childe.
According to Melus's info,
Ooh.
the synth production base is underwater.
Under this.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Wait, I've never done this before. Left control. First diving experience. Ah, there it is.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
Yeah, Paimon doesn't have to worry about drowning anymore. Yes, but I'm sure what we'll find inside will be extraordinary.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms.
I'm excited to see it.
Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
I ain't scared. I am scared for Childe though. Meanwhile, inside the Opera Epiclus. Oh no.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
What did you do?
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the
Same.
reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name.
No.
Is that right?
Just whatever you do not challenge him to a duel. Please. Do not do that.
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out
Okay.
fight with that champion duelist Chorinde, right?
You are such an idiot, but this is within your character.
I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
He's like, yeah, I'll admit to the crime if it means I get to fight with someone. He is such a dork.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
Oh.
No. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, she has no backbone. She's scared.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances
He
case.
couldn't care less.
That case had nothing to do with him.
Oh.
You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on?
Yeah, surprise.
Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Bro, isn't this the drama you're looking for? You know what I mean? Oh, why is she interrupting again? Bro, I would be sat in the audience being like, woo!
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. That was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Yeah, she's fine with that.
Please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Respect.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh. A young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
I feel like the only character we know is Navia and Yanfei who can understand these rules. And also the judge, I guess, but
So,
you know,
Your Honor,
whatever.
is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
Wait, in the audience?
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person
Is Marcel. Object.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Yeah.
What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
What would happen if you said the wrong thing here?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Ooh, drama. I hate these people so much.
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation.
That's fair.
Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court.
Nice.
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
Yeah, after some time, a shocked and confused Marcel is brought to the stands.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Welcome, Marcel.
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on.
Man is
I think
bamboozled.
an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Oh, Mandem didn't bring an attorney. What are you doing? What an idiot.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
Yes, sir.
Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun.
Yeah, you wasn't the one that killed him, but you was the one that set up his murder.
If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
No, sir.
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Well, you're not important in this case, so you just take a back seat and you watch the drama unfold. How about it?
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
Sounds reasonable.
In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Maison Gardemeks. Oh.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere.
Ah, okay, so we have to find the loophole in the original that was documented. Okay.
During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Yep.
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound.
Ah, so that's what Jacques looked like.
The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life.
Oh, I really want to see Callus's face. He does look cool here, though.
The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel.
Yo, he looks so sick. Man's got the drip.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Chorinde in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries.
Alright, time to debate.
These are the known facts about the case.
We're gonna prove you wrong, court. Alright, wait, never mind.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him.
Yes, sir.
After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene.
Oh, and since Marcel also ran there with her, he could have poured the water on him.
Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Yes, sir. Now we find the loopholes. Okay. 2 gunshots. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. According to the investigations, Callus, who had a motive to kill, murdered Jacques. I'm gonna keep pronouncing that name wrong, for his betrayal. But is this really true? It is not. And this would be the testimony from Jacques' family.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However,
yes,
in the end he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
Alright, we nailed that straight away. Wait, did that just lean towards our side? Why? The scene of the crime. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, whilst his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone else could have done the deed and escaped, and Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit. After conducting a reinvestigation, it is now certain that Callus did not bring a gun with him. Moreover, details of the case point towards the possible existence of a third person on scene. So was it the Callus case report clothing of an unknown person?
This assassin
Okay.
first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Yes, sir. Alright, reconstruction of events. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, whilst the second must have taken Jacques' life. This deduction is based on the circumstances where there is no third person on the scene, but it turns out there is a method that can cleverly cover up the killer's tracks, and that would be the primordial seawater. Based on the information gathered from Lenny's case, water from the primordial sea seems to have the power to dissolve people from Fontaine. Refute.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder.
Yes,
Since
sir.
it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Which is pretty smart, you know.
Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Sounds very convincing, right? But why did it not tip in our favor then?
Ah, so that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Why do you think all the missing cases happened? You must have heard about Lenny's court trial, right?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Marcel, I think you're forgetting why you're here, mate.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
He's like, oh yeah, I forgot.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Trying to get out of it.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things.
Right, take the floor.
One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid
No
not.
way.
At least not at this very moment.
My evidence is trust me, bro.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
Bro, shut up.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
Yeah, very true. And if that isn't the case and they don't have records, we're gathering evidence. I think she also knows that. That's why she's just doing the best to delay things.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
And then I can already tell what's going to happen. We're going to be the ones that barge through the door this time and be like, objection! We have evidence!
Why do I feel like Furina's acting a little differently today?
Yeah, she has been, hasn't she? She's not as bratty. Could Lenny be disguising? Or...
maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
also that too, I guess. That's the more reasonable option.
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
Yeah, she's grown.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
His family was in danger.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case.
Yep.
My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice.
And it was also to protect her as well, so...
What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives.
Yeah. Boom! Take that.
Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone?
God, she looks so badass.
Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retain the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate.
Smart.
I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That is very correct.
Do you have any proof?
Of course.
Trust me, bro.
All you need is to ask his opponent, Chorinde.
True.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows.
I forgot about that.
You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Chorinde, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yo, Furina has really grown after being humiliated. Has some character development. Love to see that.
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted.
That is a hard job to do.
And I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
That is a very big piece of evidence.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
We're getting on to that.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
We're laying the groundwork.
Weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Hey, bro, we're laying the groundwork, alright? Give us time to cook.
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots.
Yes, sir.
And at the end of Lenny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified.
It's also weird that Lenny said what he said at the end. Like, because as soon as they dissolved, he was like, and now they can no longer talk. It was very weird.
The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene.
But it was 100% Marcel.
Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
Yes, sir.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous.
Preposterous.
I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia.
Are we
it's one of your
throwing?
most endearing traits.
Alright. Sure thing.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
True. Is it able to work for a monitor, though? Who knows?
Don't know what she can say to that.
Uh-oh.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list.
Don't worry, boss. We're coming with evidence. Hold on for a little bit longer.
Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
Oh, no. He's going for the emotional route. Damn it.
But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah, well. Let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson.
I want to punch you because of
Do you know
that.
what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
Go on.
It's timing again.
Oh,
I'm a
he's going to put it
businessman
on
by trade.
her.
From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage.
Wow, he's also from Snezhnaya? Oh. Okay.
But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
Well, yeah, that's because he's not the mastermind. He's just played a part in it.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
Oh, yeah, because... God. Okay, we know who the mastermind is, but with all the information they have, they believe it's Marcel. That was a blunder on my part. That's a part I overlooked.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time.
Oh, he's come prepared, alright.
Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
Ah.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life.
Just hold on for a bit longer. I'm sure we're cooking somewhere.
But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now?
Shut up.
He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
Just you wait, Marcel.
Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
Not good.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them.
Yeah, but from here on out, she's not gonna be able to win over the people. Only we can save this situation now. She's done quite a bit of stalling, though.
The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher?
Oh, that caught him off guard.
So you do know that name.
Oh, she gave him the slit with that one.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Sure, buddy, sure.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Oh, a little while earlier at the entrance of the synth production base. Okay, don't worry. We'll be as fast as we can, but I'm looking for some chests first. This reminds me of Tomb Raider. This is sick. Thank you for letting me set up my party, because this is not the right party. Team Destruction. There we go. Hello, lads. Right, good work. Whoa.
The floor is going up.
That it is, Paimon. That it is.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Yeah, this is very expensive. Oh, this looks cool, though.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Oh, we have to swim underwater. Okay. Alright, let's grab this guy's ability. And then to open this wall. Hey, okay. That's good information to know. Aha! Checkmate. Then this'll bring... Ah, okay. Rises the water. Okay. Oh, this is just giving me whole Tomb Raider vibes.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
I mean, we could just climb up, couldn't we? Just pull out the Wanderer. Easy enough, wouldn't it?
Illusion. There is no escape. I see everything. Committed to memory.
Alright, good work, guys. Alright. Rise. Oh. Alright, we're at the top now.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
I wonder if this domain like was inspired by Tomb Raider or any other game that's kind of similar to that. Because holy, this looks beautiful. Oh, that is so sick. Hey, fellas.
Sharing my knowledge.
Don't mind me whilst I just completely destroy you all. I mean, good job guarding, I guess. Alright, we've arrived.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum.
Yep.
Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
There is a lot of chest here. Can we just loot all of this? If I'm not mistaken, he's being charged by Navia as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Imagine if we ran into the nave here. That would be so hype.
What's all this? It's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
But why? There's a name too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
Oh, took away all their possessions? So there's no trace? They probably belong to the victims.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here?
Unless all the girls are just being kept in like a bottle somewhere. Oh, Jesus.
And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means...
Ugh.
Oh, this is terrible.
That is actually awful. The missing person's possessions. You discovered objects within the containers labeled with the names of those who own them within the depths of the HQ. The names here must have something to do with the victims in the serial disappearance case. This might be proof that this was their final stop. Ugh.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes.
Oh, is this the primordial seawater?
Callus. Navia's father.
Oh.
Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to his and Jaquair's case. God, I cannot pronounce that name.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus.
Jacques.
Because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it.
Jacques.
This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Yep. Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand.
Man was big brain though. You gotta respect that.
He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely.
There we
I
go.
concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia.
That is big.
Seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They planned this well in advance. But that also proves that there's multiple. So Marcel can just be one of the higher-ups.
They're all just so evil.
It will capture them. Callus's investigation report. Clues concerning Callus's case that were found inside the bookshelf. The mastermind did not believe that Jacques would do the deed, and thus sent a third party to ensure Callus's death. The content that followed also defined the culprit's motive to some extent. Oh, is this the primordial seawater?
Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
Yeah, this must be the water from the primordial sea.
That means this is where they make all the synth, and that special water is the main ingredient.
Yeah, can we just like go bathe in it and see what we see?
If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human.
Ugh.
Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Hey Paimon, you go in there. There we go, the primordial seawater. The pool found within the HQ is filled with water from the primordial sea. The mastermind can use this to create synth, and directly use it to dissolve people.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research.
Oh, this is probably where they turn it into synth.
Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea, and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Holy. Oh, okay. Human experimentation. Okay, that's bad. I don't know, so maybe the knave isn't behind this? Am I just sussing her for no reason? I don't know, man. I don't know. Aw. Calm down, Paimon.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone.
Datari? Oh god, is Datari here?
You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Vigner, who was dissolved. Huh.
So that's why he did all of these experiments. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
There's another name here. Vashur.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
Yep, okay, so the one that we talked in the fountain is the first person that dissolved. And then Vashur has been researching. Oh, okay, I see now. I see.
You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments?
Yes, he signed off a bunch of the experiment reports. The voice I heard from the fountain was probably Vigner.
So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and...
Did he go out of his way to dissolve her, though? Or did she accidentally dissolve?
No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
So she might have accidentally, like, drunk from the water? Or fell in. There must be more to this than meets the eye.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Vashur's experimental records. And that was already read. Okay.
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
Yeah, so they are stacked on these.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample?
Ooh.
They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled.
Hey, they are sorted, you know.
Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth?
Let's not get any ideas. God, it's like vapes all over again. Well, that definitely proves that this is where they produce synth.
It's super obvious.
Yes. Synth, a popular potion circulating quite widely. It gives the drinker a very pleasant experience for a short time, but its side effects are equally strong. The producer uses these special characteristics to earn a massive profit from its trade. Why people drink this is beyond me. And that's all.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But...
Who really is Vashur?
yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago.
Okay, throwing out a few speculations of who it might be. Datari, our sibling, Marcel, or a random NPC we don't know. Those are my 4 suspects.
That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Clever, but maybe not clever enough. Let's look again.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Yeah, there's probably something hidden away. What are you hiding? Can we take a dive into the water?
You take that side and Paimon will take this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
Aye, aye, chief. Let's go. After some time.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Always looking for food. Paimon, I found it.
Whoa, really? What Paimon see?
Just built different.
Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name?
Correct.
Then you found her diary. Let's see.
Oh.
Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Take a look at this page. She made a list of baby names. Yeah, what does that say?
So many. A whole page's worth.
One was circled.
Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel.
Whoa! So Marcel is trying to carry on his father's work. Ooh, the plot thickens.
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vacher and Venier's grown son?
I figured it out. Let's go, Paimon. We gotta go save her.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
Vigner's notebook. A notebook belonging to a lady named Vigner. She records many stories of her time with her lover, Vacher. On one of these pages, she prepared many names for their future child, and the name she settled on in the end was Marcel. Bada bing. After obtaining the final piece of the key evidence, he raced back to the Opera Epiclus.
And whose image do you see, Marcel?
Is
it a man named Vacher?
Ooh. That makes sense now.
You do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Hey guys. Sorry about that.
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It is what
It's
it
all right,
is.
Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
That we did. You say you've never heard of Vacher. And here's the notebook. Bada bing,
But
bada
the
boom.
truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Huh? Oh, wait, that was the case? Wait, wait, hold on. Okay, wait. Let's... So Marcel is just the name he took on? Also, voice acting, thank you. Should have this been obvious? Or am I just a downright idiot? Oh well.
Huh?
Huh?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you.
That is correct in that...
Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
So is all this time I've just been sussing the knave? For no reason? I mean, she could still be the mastermind, right? I don't know anymore now. God damn it.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense.
There we go.
Marcel, do you know where you went wrong?
Nah.
You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you.
I would have got it away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Yes, sir.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Evil guy laugh. There we go.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Go on, bro, what you got?
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
There you go. Admitted it.
Attention to you. What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain?
He's done a stinker.
Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me.
Oh, so because it happened to you, you think it's okay to then do it to other people. I see. Right.
They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever.
You're going away for a very long time, sir.
You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people.
Alright, he does actually have a point there. He does have a very valid point. Also, we do have words for Fasher that we need to pass on.
Vinier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Oh, yeah, because he's from Shinajnaya. Okay, so he didn't false that. Oh. Oh, damn.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I don't think that's healthy for you, even if you aren't from Fontaine.
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve.
Oh, okay, he's gone insane.
I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back?
The people were right. You have gone mad with grief.
I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
I mean, at least he's admitting to it all. This makes it far easier. So none of this was by the knave. It still could be, kind of, maybe. But she's gone down on the sus meter on that case.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vinier. I promise. We made a promise.
Hey, he might throw that...
Vinier!
Yeah, he might throw that water onto them.
Please, Vinier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
This is kind of distressing, though. We do have words that we need to say to him, though.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
There we go, child.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Hey, we got your back,
Traveler,
man.
please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Sounds good. Neuvillette proceeds to...
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vinier. During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result.
Okay, I kind of sympathize on him with this, because that is awful.
Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vinier back to life.
Now, this is what I can't sympathize with. That's just downright disgusting.
To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson.
Poisson.
During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula.
I wonder if he also drank synth then, and that's why he went slowly insane.
After exchanging blows with
As well.
Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court.
Yes, sir. There we go. Wrap it up. We're done.
Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Yeah, well done, guys. Whoa.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher.
Guilty. This was pointed out as well. This just looks like Honkai Star Rail.
According to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vacher is
guilty. Boom.
Guards, take Vacher away.
Go away.
Good. It's what he deserves.
Shut up.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
Yeah, all of you shut up. I do not like the audience whatsoever.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
Yeah, mad.
We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves!
So what does the Dave...
Are you okay?
Navia. Oh, what's going on? Wait, hold on a minute.
Mademoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
What's going on?
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
But isn't there more people part of this group?
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner.
Okay, I think she's just kind of like stressed and happy at the same time. I thought something bad was happening.
See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well,
Oh,
now,
I'm
hasn't this
happy.
been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending.
Sir, I think you might need to quiet it down a little bit because you have still committed quite a lot of crimes. You're still a Fatui Harbinger, and you're currently on trial. You're not safe now.
Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide.
Brother.
Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Oh, God damn it.
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Oh, the
what
machine.
now?
The machine
None
has
of
to
this
do it.
has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
He's going to be found not guilty by the people, but then the machine is going to call him guilty.
Oh,
Watch.
come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle.
Oh, no.
All I need to do is stand over there, right?
No.
Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges.
So how was Tartaglia accused then? Like, that whole thing is still a mystery, right?
We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Here we go. We already can see what's happening here. Yep.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is...
Guilty.
Guilty.
Yep.
What?
Saw that coming.
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
Oh, no.
What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
Oh, God, what a disaster.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
That could be the case.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Childe has been declared guilty by the Oratrice. Just what is going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
Yeah, even he is shooketh.
Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Yeah, even he's kind of like, this is weird. Okay. Nah, he's not gonna take that. Ah, here we go. No. Oh, stay. Come on, man. No.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine.
Stand down.
What a joke.
Oh, brother.
You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too.
Oh. No, he's using the delusion. Okay. Let's go, boy. Okay, maybe he can handle things here. Woo! Just whatever you do. Oh god, oh god, oh oh. Oh shit. I mean, this is sick. Oh god. No. Oh Confirmed dragon? Come on.
I am sorry.
Oh, he just bodied him.
If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Oh, Mandem got... Oh! Scarred? Cut him, though. That's kind of... That's big, you know?
Hey, Monsieur Neuvillette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Okay, quite a lot to take in. The fact that Childe got bodied like that, he might be the weakest harbinger, but still, to be bodied that quickly, and even he is kind of surprised that he got cut. So, he must be a dragon, right? He must be the Fontaine's water dragon. I mean, that cutscene was so cool, but I knew something bad was gonna happen to Tartaglia, so I couldn't like bring myself to fully enjoy it. I was too busy panicking.
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
That's
All
such
I
a
do is
terrible
follow
rule.
court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Does she even know? If the Chief Justice doesn't know, then we have no choice but to ask the Archon herself.
Why
Yeah.
are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it!
Alright, we didn't claim that. I don't have to get so aggressive.
I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
Oh.
What does Lady Furina mean by that?
Huh?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
I thought the first Hydro Archon created it. Or am I wrong there?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not?
I think
Can
I am.
results like this really be called justice?
Oh.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken
Stop.
or be the result of some sort of random mishap?
No, she's trying to lie herself out of it. Don't dig yourself into a hole again.
Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
She doesn't know what's going on. She's just going with the flow.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of course, for every performance, there is a script.
You need to stop.
Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning.
You need to shut up.
As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment.
Ma'am, can you even begin to think of the hole you have just dug yourself? That is no longer considered a hole, that is considered a crater. Holy.
If you thought Childe had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, It is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence.
You're so annoying.
Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
Really?
All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict.
Maybe I gave her too much credit. She quickly backpedaled from her own character development.
Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
She cannot handle pressure. She's just like, yeah, as long as I run away from my problems, don't have to deal with it. Toodaloos.
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
No.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to pull the rug out from under her. Nah, he's just doing what's right.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
Okay, I wonder if Childe was declared guilty because he has it, and he had the whale dream, because he has that power inside of him. That must be the reason why it declared him guilty, right? That's like the only reason I can think of.
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff, so he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
It's also true.
Oh, Monsieur Neuvillette! That power you showed when you took him down. Who are you really?
He's not going to reveal it.
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
Bull.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Yeah, he's running.
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Hi? Man, why are you talking to me?
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
Hold back a little bit.
Wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Okay. Do you know our sibling?
Thank you. Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher?
Oh, true. Oh yeah, we we still have to tell him the final words. My bad.
I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the Fountain of Lucine. Something to do with my sensitivity to the hydro element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never...
Man, that still doesn't...
Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
I mean, her final words are probably just gonna make him even more upset, to be honest. I feel like that's more of a punishment for him.
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Oh.
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Okay.
Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
Boom! That confirms it. I do not care otherwise. That is my proof that he is a dragon. I am confirming that on the prediction list. That is turning green. and if it gets later disproven, I'll turn it red. But that, to me, enough proof. I do not care any longer.
Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
That's fair.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. I mean, he's just gonna be upset, you know? So does all the missing people go here then?
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
And back then, I drank water from the primordial sea. It heightened my sensitivity to the hydro element.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Only gods can do it.
Vache.
Oh, there you go.
Ah!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Oh, he's gonna get his heart broken.
Vache.
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Wasn't we the only ones that were able to, like, go in, though?
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Alright. Man's just going fully into
Vinier,
the...
is that you? It's me,
Okay.
Vache! Vinier!
Vache. Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me.
Yep.
You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
Time for heartbreak.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left.
No.
All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me.
God, she is not gonna be happy with you, I'm just saying, fella.
I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Oh. Ho 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 ho.
What are you saying?
Came in with a
If not
dagger.
for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
Oh. Oh no.
If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself.
Oh, she has just completely just stabbed him through the chest.
If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone.
Holy.
With nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
What did he do?
Wait, you are not Vinier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vinier.
Ah.
I am the sacrifices.
Oh, they've all merged into one. Oh, God.
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea.
Oh, this is awful.
Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine.
Honestly, this is like a really good punishment for him, to be honest. Because that just means everything he's done has been for nothing, which will just end up breaking him even more. Which is a very cruel way of looking at it, but he deserves it.
The only one I am not is Vinier.
Why? But then, where is Vinier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Ah, so they can okay, so they can just switch out consciousness. Ah, that's kind of cool.
This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did?
Exactly that.
If she would despise you for what you became.
Yeah, people like that tend to never think ahead to that possibility.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist.
Yep.
The only thing you are not is Vigniere's beloved.
Oof, really putting the blast on him. Holy.
From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vigniere's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Oh, we're here too? It looks like I didn't meet Vigniere back then either. They must have wanted me to learn myself here from the very beginning. Also, we also got played like a fiddle.
No! Yeah! She can't hate me. Let me see her, please.
It's over, fella. Give it up.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vigniere. She really doesn't want to see you anymore.
Yeah, man, you done screwed.
She also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you.
Mm-hmm.
She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Is he gonna get obliterated?
Vache. 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 Vache.
Man.
Drown.
Oh shit. Oh. Later, the guards find that the culprit of the serial disappearance of a young women's case, Marcel. Not enough time to read. Several days later. So, did he just die there? Oh, it's raining again, so trials going on.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, bring him into here so we can make him drown. Jesus. Yeah, my legs are killing me.
Huh. Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
It's crazy to think how quickly Navia has grown on me.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Hello, Silver. Mate, Silver, my man.
Hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Same.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
You know it.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
Yeah, she seems a lot more happier.
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen.
Poisson.
Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father.
Oh,
we
that's
never held
sweet.
a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come.
Aw.
This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
That's so sweet.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
I'm glad.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Yeah, things turned out as well as they could have. Except for Tartaglia, but...
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service.
Oh.
Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
This might take off my other prediction.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
I would assume so, right? She's quite famous.
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer.
Sounds like
I
Charlotte.
believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose.
Also seems like a
To be
Charlotte
fair,
title.
though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since.
Yeah, Charlotte has some
She
good
was trying
takes.
to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
That's also fair.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
That's also very
Anyway,
true.
I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Boom.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
That takes off one of my
and
predictions.
In other news, I also took Clorinde out for a meal.
Oh, you did. I'm glad. Lorraine definitely deserves it.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
Mm-hmm.
While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Clorinde gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time.
Yeah, fair.
So we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clorinde wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness.
And goddamn, does she have quite the moves. Navia as well, to be honest. That fight scene was sick. Like at the beginning.
Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
Go on.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended.
God, I've been slapped with the feels this act.
And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day.
She's so sweet.
That includes me, too.
Aw.
Miss Navia.
What's with the stars in her eyes as well?
Indeed.
Can I come too? Seems kind of weird, right?
We want to go too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
I mean, pay our respects as well.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
True. Lenny would have been framed. So, Navia might have been able to figure it out, like that Lenny's case. Who knows, though.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Poisson.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Wait, non-stop?
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
God. The rain is really just adding to it.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be...
Neuvillette?
Hmm?
Yeah, it's gonna be the judge.
Isn't that Neuvillette?
Mm-hmm.
Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
So I'm guessing he's been mourning here. That's why it's been raining non-stop. And that's why it also started raining after, you know, Navia went to go talk to him. And then we left, and then the rain started.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
I feel like that's a very cool way of showing it, though. Since the rain is the dragon's tears. He's 100% a dragon.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize.
He's a dog.
I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
So did those two know each other then? Callus and Neuvillette? They must have done, right? If he's mourning this much.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In
Yep.
any case, Why did you come to Poisson?
Poisson.
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway?
Which
there
day?
was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself.
Which day is he talking about? From a few days ago or from when Callus? I'm guessing they're talking about Callus.
Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives.
Yeah, just the way he's talking, he's a dragon.
Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival.
So it's kind of the same way how like an Archon tries to understand its people. This is kind of his own way of figuring out how people operate. Or well, how humans operate.
But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And
Yes,
in
sir.
the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice.
Honestly, yeah.
A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner.
Oh, so this is the first time he's came here. Okay.
This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days.
Oh.
That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
Aw. So that's also why it's been raining non-stop.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Oh. Yeah, I can see Silver being one of those types.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Is he Canadian?
So Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well.
Yo, all the relationships are being fixed.
Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Yeah. Following Navia and Neuvillette, you also pay your respects.
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Well, you're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave. It's not a common thing.
Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly.
Walk.
Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Oh, what an idiot. She took it seriously.
Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Furina, we can at least talk to him, right?
It's also stopped raining, so he's like, he's made some sort of peace. You good?
Paimon's really sorry, Navia, but Paimon did something pretty disrespectful just now.
What are you saying, Paimon? I don't
She's
think I
such
get
an
it.
idiot.
Well, aren't you not supposed to fly around someone's grave?
Huh? Who told you that?
Hey, traveler! Why did you mess with Paimon again?
Nah. Is this where we're gonna get the reveal that he's a dragon? Holy. That is gorgeous.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
No, we invited ourselves.
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Who are you?
talking to you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Are you a
Please
dragon?
feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
All in a day's work? Ooh, we got quite a few of these. These are interesting. About water from the primordial sea.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet.
Here we go.
The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today.
Yeah, because I know this is going to be satisfying a lot of theorizers, because, you know, I've heard the name primordial go around quite a lot.
Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
So it's below the...
So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
So I'm guessing the primordial sea kind of went into the abyss then, if it went down, like it sunk. So when Childe fell into the abyss, I wonder if he fell into like the primordial sea, and that's where he like saw the whale, and then he ended up obtaining it, like some sort of primordial power, which is then why it caused like some sort of disturbance with the judging machine. Maybe.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead?
Abyssal power.
To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land.
I wonder if abyssal power kind of made it have the opposite effect. It turned it upside down, reversing the effect. I'm a genius. I'm putting the theory out right now. Bada bing, bada boom.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
About the prophecy that has been circulating around Fontaine.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Furina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That has indeed.
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
So that means the primordial sea will rise again, right?
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly.
100%.
Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
Which were?
Prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
Yeah, so the theories was that it came from like one of the witches of the Round Table. I guess not then.
Two parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Furina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose.
Okay, so she's been working.
If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Furina by her predecessor.
So what were the words?
With Furina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Okay, I'm guessing her final words was the prophecy. Okay, I'm an idiot.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
About Childe.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion.
That's fair.
However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a
Okay.
divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness.
Oh, okay, that opens up quite a bit then. I think I am right with my child theory that he fell into the primordial sea in the abyss. And so technically he has a connection to it. If we are going down that right, he's technically the reason behind the disappearances, even though it's like a long stretch.
Which is all to say, I've been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate.
Oh, wait, true. Huh.
In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information.
That is fascinating.
Based on Furina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama.
It's kind of funny, though, isn't it?
While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede.
Yeah, I feel like Childe is going to awaken some other power, that he doesn't have to rely on his vision or the delusion.
If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
True.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Now, the hard-hitting question. About my sibling.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description.
No, that's the answer we expected.
If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Well, are you a dragon? But that is not a question I can ask, so I have no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you.
Yeah,
it will
same.
soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
I'm glad he got some peace.
You are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so
True.
justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
He does have, like, the stamina of a dragon, so...
Alright, you've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Because he's in tranquility now. As light rain falls without reason. So nothing was confirmed. So that finishes Act 2. We got quite a lot of information at the end there. That was very interesting. I can say on my prediction list that 2 of them have come true. That Neuvillette is a dragon, and Childe reported our situation on the steambird. Those 2 I can confirm. The rest might come true in later acts. So if you want to see if I'm going to be correct on them, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. And yeah, I'll see you then.